Hi everyone, Tammy here, Flannel Chick MTB. Welcome to my channel. I'm coming to you today from beautiful Kananaskis, Alberta. I'm at Prairie Mountain and the trails are just starting to be ready out here for riding. Not all of them, but some of them are good to go. So given that I am just starting to warm up this season, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to take you along on a ride up Prairie Mountain to what I consider to be the starter trail out here, one of the easiest trails on Prairie Mountain. So if you're new to mountain biking in Kananaskis and new to riding Moose Mountain, Prairie Mountain, why don't you join me for today's ride? You'll get a look at one of the trails that I think, if you're looking for an introduction to mountain biking here at Prairie Mountain, this might be the perfect trail for you to start on. Hi everyone, so I am about, I'd say 2/3 of the way to the top of Prairie Mountain. Now I did not turn on the GoPro for the climb. It is a sufferfest and would be even more sufferable for you to have to watch me climb this road or listen to me huff and puff all the way to the top. So when I get to the top, I will turn the GoPro on and we will take a ride down one of what I think is probably the easiest trail here on Prairie Mountain, if not at least one of the top 2 or 3 easiest trails. All right, so this is a sweet little trail called Flos Diner. And this was the first trail I rode when I first started riding Prairie Mountain. This is my intro trail. And although there are a couple of other trails like Pistolero and Youshuda, who I think would rival top place for easiest, Pistolero has a pretty steep section near the end. That I think disqualifies it for first place in terms of easiest. And in my opinion, Youshuda tends to be a little bit looser, chatterier, rockier. So I think Flos Diner is a good entry trail for anyone riding out here for the first time. This is my first ride on Prairie Mountain this season, very early season. Trail crews haven't been out here yet, I don't think. And so something to keep in mind when you're riding early season is there could be down trees. And because of the runoff and the melt, it tends to leave behind a lot of loose rocks. And so on your first lap, just being mindful of that. There are some pebbly sections, not a lot. Tiny little rock up here you can play off of. you can just ride around that. So as I was saying, early in the season, it can be pretty loose, with loose rocks. A long time since I've ridden this trail. Probably only last season that I started riding out here more regularly. Didn't really feel ready seasons prior. Oh, pretty loose here. You can see the shale and the rocks. Lost my back tire there. Hit a loose rock. So that little section is the steepest part of Flos Diner. It was really loose today. Lots of big rocks that haven't been moved out of the way yet from people riding. Just left behind from the winter runoff and hasn't been swept yet. So normally I don't think that loose, but it is this little steep section. And so it's not uncommon for people who ride that trail for the first time, who are newer riders, to just get off their bikes and walk that section. It's short enough. And you can easily walk your bike down it. seat down. This is just a ride out back to the parking lot. So if that looked a little bit too rooty or janky for you, you can always take the road. This little section is always interesting because sometimes center is best, sometimes left is best, sometimes the right side is best. Just depends on the erosion. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. So that was a look at a trail called Flos Diner here at Prairie Mountain, Kananaskis, Alberta. Now I wanted to do this video because I know that when I first started to bring my riding out here to Prairie Mountain, I really was very intimidated. It felt like it was a level of riding that exceeded anything that I had done before, and I'd heard about how gnarly and steep a lot of the trails are out here. And so my intro to Prairie Mountain was on that exact trail. And so I thought a little bit of footage might help you decide if you're ready to ride out here or not. Now there are a couple other trails that might rival for first place in terms of easiness. Those are Pistolero and Yashuda. Next time I'm out here, I'll take some footage of Yashuda and you can compare yourself and decide what you think is easier. But in my opinion, Yashuda can be a little bit chunkier and looser in terms of kind of loose rock, loose shale. And at the end of Pistolero, although generally Pistolero I think is a much easier trail, at the end there is quite a steep section. And so steep enough that it's even difficult to walk if you needed to walk your bike down it. So I stick to Flos Diner as the easiest trail on Prairie Mountain. And if you're looking for somewhere to get your start out here on Prairie, I'd urge you to head over to that trail and check it out. Get a sense of how it feels. Now, if you haven't ridden out here before, just know there is quite a grind on a fire road to get to the top. If you're out here and you're making that climb for the first time and you're needing to stop a million times, you're feeling very discouraged, not to worry. I don't know anyone who likes that climb. Even the fittest of people I know hate the road climb. So keep that in mind. Don't become disheartened. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to the top, how many breaks you have to have, or even if you have to push your bike to the top, because all the fun starts at the top anyways. I'm curious now if you've ridden out here yourself, what you think the easiest trail on Prairie Mountain is. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps this baby channel grow. In the meantime, happy riding, everyone.